Good morning. My name is Anthony Evans, and welcome back to Morning Horizons. I'll be honest, this week has been a week. There's plenty of stuff to talk about. There's plenty of stuff to go over. There's plenty of stuff to revisit from last week about the world that just keeps moving around you. But I just wanted to change the topic for this week. There's a lot of things to talk about, but this week I just wanted to talk about being grateful. In a world where bad things happen to good people, I'm so grateful that I get to be here today talking with you guys again. When I was younger, when I was 17 years old, I found myself in an ER room with scrambling doctors and my mom and my dad. They're sitting there with me. My heart rate's about 263 beats per minute. But let me take it back. Let me go back to the start of my day. Mind you, 17 years old, and my first class is gym, and I'm jumping rope. And suddenly I just feel this kick in my chest. My heart rate just spikes. And at this rate, I'm just annoyed. You know, hey, this is fast, but it's gym. It's supposed to be quick. And after gym, I move into geography, and it just keeps going. And I'm annoyed. I'm mad about it. You know, I'm like, hey, this needs to stop. This isn't cool. This just needs to slow down. And I go to my next hour, language arts. And I remember this day so clearly because I was just so bothered. I was upset by this. My heart's racing. I can't keep the beats. And this keeps going. This goes all the way up to my last hour. And I want to say that it was laws in America. It was some sort of justice system, learning about the Constitution, but that's not really the important part here. I'm just so annoyed at this point that I go down and I tell the teacher, like, hey, I gotta go. My chest just keeps racing. At this point, I am sweating profusely. It's horrible. It really is, but I'm just annoyed with it. I get down to the school nurse office and they say that I'm just having a panic attack. And I tell them, no, hey, that's not right. They get the stethoscope on me. And when I see that their face went pale, I've never seen a ghost before until this moment. And they go into a panic. And the time stops. Next thing I know, I'm being rushed into my grandma's vehicle. She drives me up to the ER. My mom is there. And the doctors check me in. I'm very calm, but the situation is not that at all. And little did I know that was the start of the next 5 years of an ongoing battle. I'm going to skip the sciencey words. I got one for you. I got two, actually. Supraventricular tachycardia and ventricular tachycardia. I had both. Which is not a good thing. It's as if you filled up a Ziploc bag halfway full of water and just shook it. I mean, that's what my heart did. It's very scary, very bad news. You do not want to be in this position. Why do I go on this tangent? Why do I go on this story? Well, because in a moment where chaos is happening, my mom's crying in front of me. And I'm shirtless in an ER bed with IVs being pushed in and a crash cart outside the room. And I just wanted to go back to the story and say that I'm thankful for this week because I got to recover. It's so important to understand the good that happens in your life. And even through the bad times, there's lessons. Be strong enough to handle the chaos. Because there are people rooting for you whether you know it or not. Like I said, my mom destroyed her kids on this ER bed, and that's the end. I just looked at her, and you almost gotta look at it and say, hey, things are not alright right now, and that's okay. But I gotta keep it together. My mom's right there. My mama didn't raise no weak kid. My mama didn't raise someone who's gonna be defeated for very long. And I just looked at her, and it's gonna be okay. The bad times will pass, and life will go on. Thanks for listening to my story. And as you go out through this next week, next couple of days, just find the points in your life where you're just grateful that you made it out alive. And as you interact with people in your circle, in your community, maybe think about the idea that someone that they know didn't. Be humble. That person that you helped today may have lost a loved one, and they're just barely holding on, and they need that support. That's all I got. Keep your head held high, keep your eye facing the sunrise, and keep looking for that next morning horizon. And I'll see you next week. That concludes the podcast episode for this week. If you found it valuable, maybe you're reflecting, and it just hit home for you, please share this video, put down a like, whatever you got to do, whatever platform you're on, do what you can. That way this video can reach as many people as possible, because at the end of the day, that's my goal. And as you go through, just know that there are good things happening in life, whether we see them right now or not. They are there. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.